How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. This right here is the GJIA 130 watt linear high bay light. It's incredibly bright even at 130 watts, outputting around 19,500 lumens. It's actually getting me super hot just being right underneath it. A set of steel cables for hanging. There's an instruction manual. There's some pigtail wires for wiring. You have the ground, neutral, and hot. UL listed, rated at 130 watts, 5,000 Kelvin light temperature. On the ceiling hanging side, there are two hooks. It goes through a length of wire where these are the attachment cables to this light. We can thread each of these in here, push this little tab through that hole, and this will lock in place if you pull it now. Do the same thing for the other one, and when you pull it up, it holds together like that. If you pull this in, you cannot pull it back out. If you want to release it, push on this little piece here and it'll push the internal ball bearings down so you can pull it back out. There are 3 ball bearings in there. They would normally go in those 3 positions. Put the ball bearings back in and then screw it back in. And when you do pull this, it's probably not a good idea to cut these off because there's a stopper right here. It's probably best to just wind this up and tie it around up here. There are 42 LEDs in each row, so 84 on one side and 84 on the other for a total of 168 LEDs. I can open up this panel and there's a position to plug in a dimmer. Alternatively, you can cut this off and hardwire a dimmer and come out the same port as the power. Here's the LED driver. The purple is dimmer plus, pink is dimmer minus. The black wire with white stripes is 12 volt plus. Coming into the driver is neutral, line, and earth, which is white, black, and green. We can now remove these diffusers and see that these 2 strips of LEDs are just wired in parallel to the LED driver. You buy these with the color temperature that you want, and the LEDs itself is yellow in color, but the light output will be the 5000K. I always like to double check the light output of these fixtures. The specification says 19,500 lumens. I have a lux meter here and we have to convert this into lumens, which basically means if I have a uniform amount of light on this 1 meter square circle, then I can directly read this number as lumens. Obviously, when I turn it on, there's going to be light leakage towards the outside. That is light that I'm not measuring. And this test assumes that all the light on this circle is fairly uniform. We're just going to get a really ballpark number here. I've zeroed it out. It says 0. And we turn it on. The light extends beyond the circle. The light is not completely uniform. It's slightly dimmer towards the edges here, but it does say 17.3 thousand lux. This is close enough for me, especially when there's extra light towards the outside. So light output verified. I've pulled it really high up right now, and we can actually pull it up even higher like that. Once you pull it up, it doesn't come back down. And just make sure it's sort of leveled. And because I pulled it up, more light leaks towards the outside, and now I'm only reading 13,000 lux. This is going to be fairly bright, but we're going to point it at the camera. Turning down the exposure by a lot, we can see the bright individual LEDs, and at normal exposure, I'm trying to not stare right into the light because 20,000 lux, right about like a foot or 2 away from this, it's equivalent to about 1/5 of sunlight. That's very, very bright. It's been on for about 10 minutes, and we see the back of the LED is 157 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very hot, and the center is around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You probably should not touch it because it's high in the ceiling anyway, but it is very hot to the touch here. Plugging it in does use 131 watts. If you guys are interested in this high bay light, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.